All eyes on the Trade Union Royal Commission as Dyson Heydon prepares to announce if he'll remain in the chair. Queensland Police investigate the death of a 3-year-old in a house fire at Binley. Britain, France and Germany call on the EU to step up as the migrant crisis deepens. Good afternoon, you're watching ABC News. I'm Ros Childs. Also ahead on the programme. Beijing set to come to a standstill this week as China marks 70 years since the defeat of Japan in World War II. And Australian golfer Jason Day sets his sights on the world #1 ranking after claiming his 3rd victory from his past 4 events. Justice Dyson Heydon is due to rule on his own future this afternoon. He'll announce whether he'll continue in the chair of the Royal Commission into Trade Union Corruption or whether he'll step down. He's been under pressure to go because of perceived bias. Here's reporter Anne Barker. So, Anne, this is a much delayed decision.
It is, Ros. It's fully 10 days today since the unions and the ACTU put their arguments to the Royal Commission, arguing that Justice Dyson Heydon should step down on the basis of apprehended bias. They claim that by accepting an invitation to give the Sir Garfield Barwick address last week, that he would be connected with a Liberal Party event, that it was in fact a fundraising event. They referred to a chain of emails between the Justice, Dyson Heydon, and the organisers of that event and asked questions as to whether he knew all along that this was in fact a Liberal Party event. The Commissioner a week ago delayed his decision. It was originally going to be on Tuesday of last week, and then in fact it was going to be on Friday, and again it was delayed when the unions raised questions late last week suggesting that the council assisting the Commission, Jeremy Stoljar, in fact had also been given notice before the story broke a month ago that this was a Liberal Party event, and it was the next day in fact that the Commissioner announced that he had declined that invitation. So it is now 10 days today, and we will be expecting a decision here this afternoon at 2 o'clock. It's unclear whether Justice Dyson Heydon will actually give his explanation verbally or whether it will be a decision handed down on paper.
All right, and Dyson Heydon says the event which led to these allegations of bias, as you've explained, that was an oversight on his part.
Yes, that's right. He says that he overlooked the connection between the Sir Garfield Barwick address and the Liberal Party, and that he didn't realise until very late in the piece that it was in fact a fundraising event. Now, the government, of course, has defended his position and have said that they believe he should continue in the role. And today, Scott Morrison, the Minister for Social Services, attacked the opposition and the unions for trying to shut this commission down.
What we're seeing is the Labor Party and Bill Shorten seeking to bully a former High Court judge out of a job because he's hearing in evidence before the Royal Commission, which is extremely embarrassing to Bill Shorten.
So, Anne, if Dyson Heydon does step down, what does that mean for the Royal Commission? Does it continue with someone else in the chair, or does it just stop?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, Ros. Certainly the unions and the opposition say that it should be shut down on the basis that it's a government witch hunt of the trade unions, and they've said that all along, of course, despite the allegations that we've heard repeatedly over nearly 18 months now of corruption within the union movement. If, in fact, the Commissioner does step down, then it's hard to see who might replace him simply because of the large body of evidence that he's heard in the last 16, 17 months. There's a possibility that some people are saying that even Jeremy Stoljar, the council assisting, might be a possible replacement simply because he obviously has been at every hearing and he's asked a lot of the questions of the unions over that time. And certainly there's a lot for any other commissioner to get his head around.
All right, we'll know this afternoon, and thanks.